Everybody, how you doing? This is Carla Y Nix with today's inspiration, and as always, I'm here to encourage you and to remind you that you can live every day on purpose. I almost slipped out the chair. Wow. I want to talk about for a moment disappointment. Disappointments. Actually, I was thinking about this because I was thinking about one of those things my mama used to say. I remember if I were to like drop a comb, the comb that you comb in your hair, and drop the comb, and she would say, uh, what would she say first? She would say, oh, that means that there's going to be some disappointment. You're going to be disappointed about something, and then she would say, but life is full of disappointments. Now, the belief that just because you dropped a comb that that's going to bring disappointment, of course, that was superstition and one of those old wives tale. Dropping a comb don't make you have disappointment. However, it is true that life is full of disappointment regardless. And I was looking at the word disappointment. I like the origin of a word. And, ought to break it down. DIS, means it's kind of like anti or without. And the word comes from when someone would have an appointment to do something or an assignment and it didn't work out or whatever, then it became a disappointment. Okay. So, it kind of grew, but it still basically means the same. When you don't get what you want, or when you don't have what you want, or when something else happens beyond what you expected, especially if it's sad or it's hurting or again it's something that you didn't get what you want. That's disappointment. But you know what? Yes, life is full of disappointment, but guess what? Guess what else? Life is also full of blessings, and life is always also full of your ability to overcome. See, I choose not to dwell on the fact that I'm going to have disappointment. I mean, it's going to happen. That goes without saying, but I don't dwell on it. I dwell on the fact that I am an overcomer. That, yes, through every disappointment I've had, God allowed me to overcome. You don't stay and you don't, well, it's not good to stay and waddle in the disappointment. It's not good to stay and waddle and to feel sorry for yourself, to have a pity party. Look to God. He's your strength. And He will allow you to overcome. What does overcome mean? Basically, to come over. It's something that you have to come over. You have to climb over, jump over, bust over, whatever. But you can come over that. And that's what I choose to remember, that I am an overcomer. I remember Philippians 4:13, or is it 4:19, that says I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So no matter what disappointment is facing me, no matter what is there, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I am an overcomer. In fact, the Bible tells me that I'm more than a conqueror. More than a conqueror means I'm not just going to conquer, but I'm more than a conqueror. Pastor Washington used to explain it like this. Let's say my husband is fighting in the ring. Let's say he's fighting way back in old school days. Let's say he was fighting Muhammad Ali. He probably would have got his tail beat. But let's say he won. And let's say he had, won a good bit of money. And that's what they do. They do win good money. And I benefit from his win. He gives me the money. Well, that makes me more than a conqueror. Okay? So it's kind of like in abundance, and that's what God does for us. He gives us the abundant life in every way. So I want you to remember, no matter what you're facing, no matter what disappointments come your way, no matter what obstacles come to try to hold you down and hold you back, remember that you can overcome, because you can do all things through Christ, because He strengthens you. God bless you. This is Carla Y Nix with today's inspiration.